One scientist unlocked the secret of the atom. And within years, 2 cities vanished in fire. But he never meant for it to be used that way. Welcome to English Footing. Today we're diving into the terrifying birth of the nuclear bomb, the science that powers it, and the country that turned theory into the deadliest weapon ever made. The journey to humanity's most powerful weapon began not in war, but in a lab. In 1938, German scientists Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann split the uranium atom. It was the first time anyone had seen that splitting an atom released an enormous burst of energy. The science was new, the implications terrifying. Physicist Leo Szilard, realizing this could lead to bombs beyond imagination, urged Albert Einstein to write to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The letter warned that if Nazi Germany built the bomb first, it could win the war. So in 1942, U.S. launched the Manhattan Project, the most secret and expensive scientific effort in history. Over 130,000 people worked across labs in Los Alamos, Oak Ridge, and beyond. By July 16, 1945, the first bomb was ready. They called it the Gadget. At 5:29 a.m., it exploded over the New Mexico desert with the force of 21,000 tons of TNT. Witnesses said the sand turned to glass, the sky turned white. One man compared it to watching the birth of the sun. Robert Oppenheimer, the bomb's lead scientist, simply said,
"Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
Quick question. Have you subscribed to English Footing yet? If not, now's the perfect time.
But the test was just the beginning. Less than a month later, the U.S. dropped Little Boy on Hiroshima, Japan. August 6, 1945. In seconds, the city was vaporized. Over 80,000 people died instantly, many more in the days and years that followed from burns and radiation. 3 days later, a second bomb, Fat Man, was dropped on Nagasaki. That explosion was even stronger. 75,000 people gone. Entire families turned to shadows on the walls. Survivors, known as hibakusha, lived with lifelong scars, physically and mentally. Some argue it ended the war. Others say Japan was already close to surrender. But one thing is certain: the world would never be the same again. So what makes a nuclear bomb so powerful? Inside is a small amount of uranium or plutonium. When triggered, atoms split in a chain reaction called fission. This releases massive heat and pressure, deadly radiation, and a fireball hotter than the surface of the sun. The blast creates a shockwave that flattens buildings, followed by a mushroom cloud of radioactive debris, and that was 1945 technology. Today, 9 countries possess nuclear weapons: the United States, Russia, China, France, the United Kingdom, India, Pakistan, North Korea, and possibly Israel. The Cold War saw the creation of bombs thousands of times stronger than Hiroshima. The Soviet Union's Tsar Bomba, tested in 1961, was the largest ever detonated, over 50 megatons, enough to destroy a city the size of New York several times over. And that's not ancient history. Right now, tensions are rising again. Iran is enriching uranium, raising fears of developing a nuclear weapon. Israel, which has never officially confirmed having nukes, has vowed to prevent Iran from going nuclear. The United States has warned it won't allow Iran to obtain the bomb, and has supplied Israel with bunker-busting bombs designed to hit underground facilities. At the same time, North Korea is testing long-range missiles that can reach the U.S. One miscalculation, one false alarm. That's all it could take. You've heard people say, today's bombs make the old ones look like firecrackers. Here's what that really means. The bomb dropped on Hiroshima had the power of about 15 kilotons. Modern warheads, up to 1,200 kilotons. That's 80 times more powerful, from just one missile. And today's missiles can carry multiple warheads, each one aimed at a different target. Just one modern missile could wipe out millions in minutes. Because many are stored on submarines, planes, or satellites, a nuclear response can be launched from anywhere, almost instantly. That's the terrifying legacy of splitting an atom. The world today has around 13,000 nuclear weapons. 90% of them are held by the US and Russia. The doomsday clock created by atomic scientists is now set to 89 seconds to midnight. the closest it has ever been. The only time nuclear weapons have been used in war, still Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Let's hope it stays that way. The man who split the atom didn't build the bomb, but his discovery changed our world forever. Thanks for watching English Footing. If you made it this far, tell us in the comments. Do you think the world is safer with nuclear weapons or more dangerous? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next story that shaped our world.